people, they tend to get confused when you say, oh, I'm on Twitter, I'm on X, whatever the case may be. But I'm looking up right now. So a cat from Iran, I guess he's one of the generals. He's saying that his name is Yerman. He says that it will attack U.S. ships in the Red Sea if U.S. continues to bomb Iran. But like again, like we only hit it one time, and people just crashing out and stuff like that with the whole, oh, we're going to World War III and this and that. And which me personally, war, how can I put this? It's good for business, but it's bad for the economy. You know what I'm saying? Because again, all you got to do is follow the money. So I like to tell people all the time, if you follow the money, you can see the whole picture. You can see the whole big picture, you know, and you got to pay attention to these companies. It's already bad enough that they saying in California, July 1st, you know, the gas prices, they're going to go up. They confirmed that. They wasn't BSing, but people fail to realize that if we initiate war in the Middle East, everything's going to go up. You know, food, gas, the cost of living. People worried about getting drafted. I've been seeing a whole bunch of memes. I mean, some of them are funny. I'm not gonna lie, they funny as fuck. But the rest is just corny. Everybody's information, what they're gathering, is just other people's opinions, and they're not based off facts. So you got this whole big ass narrative of what's false rather than the truth, and people just crashing out. You know, they talking about getting drafted. Oh, they're going to draft us, and you know this, that, and the other. I don't know. It's
crazy, right? That's what people believe everything they fucking hear and everything they read and everything they see. You know, they even got people talking about, oh, we need to go out and get candles and flashlights and canned goods and extra water and shit like that, man. You know, but like you said, man, it's good for business, but it's bad for the economy. I personally think that, you know, it's about to be just a financial reset on the country.
I believe that too.
Yeah, it's just going to be a financial reset. And I think that that's all that Trump is trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Hate Trump or love him, I don't I don't agree with probably a lot of shit that he does. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too political about my personal political views. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that he's trying to just reset the country financially. You know what I'm saying? So
And I believe
shutting off all oil supply to the country. You know what I'm saying? So that means like we're not gonna be able to get no gas. You know what I'm saying? And wherever we are gonna get it from, that shit might be $10, $20 a gallon type shit. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
So
Because and that's something that I had read too. I had read that 43% of the oil reserve is in the Middle East, you know. So it's like what are we doing? You know, because again, I understand that, okay, you know, we going to war or allegedly going to war, or we got issues with, you know, we're trying to stop the Ukraine Russia beef, you know, we're trying to stop the Iran and Israel beef, but as a whole in the United States, what are we doing? Because we seem too distracted with everything that's going on outside of the US versus what's going on in the US. You know what I'm saying? And again, I haven't done my extensive research, so I can't sit up there and say what Trump has done, what he hasn't done, but just based on everyday living and what I'm seeing, you know, going to the store, it's like, goddamn, I spent $100 on some lunch meat, some cheese, a bag of chips, and damn near some bread, and I'm coming out of pocket. I'm bleeding in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? And before people start saying, oh, well, maybe you should get a better job and all this, trust me, I'll make well enough in order to sustain living. But again, I can't take the extra cost in order to invest it or put it somewhere where I can actually get money in return or profit in my pockets. Right. You know, so there is no benefit as far as what I see what's going on in the economy. And again, just like how you say, I'm keeping my political views and opinions to myself. But again, what are we doing? Again, gas is going to go up within the next couple of weeks. What are we doing? I can care less about what's going on in the Middle East as long as it doesn't affect the U.S. But since we dropped those bombs over there, and again, I get it. You know, Trump said that, hey, we can't have Iran get a hold of, nuclear weapons. Okay, I get it. And he did state last week, you know, hey, let's have a conversation. Let's come to the table. Let's talk. They refused to do it. So he said, okay, fuck y'all. And he did what he did. But moving, you feel me? So it's like moving forward, what? Because he stated after, the bombing was successful and, now it's time for peace. Right. Bro, what? No.
Nah, it's over. They're not trying to hear that. And they already stated that everything that happens from here on out, the United States is gonna feel it too. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, but I like I said, man, I just think that Donald Trump is trying to reset the country financially, but he's going about it the wrong way. Like, you jumping in other people's beefs, you know what I'm saying? That don't have shit to do with us. You feel me? So
it don't.
And Donald Trump, he has a tendency to be a bully. He definitely talks too much. He definitely sticks his nose where it don't belong. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens though, man. Are we on the verge of World War III? Could be not.
Mm-hmm.
I hope not, but you know what I'm saying? But what I will say, that my personal opinion, I feel like the world, well, the United States is getting ready to convert to digital currency, because the US dollar is not going to mean shit in a lot of places that we go from here on out. You know what I'm saying? The United States, the US dollar is already dropping in value. You know what I'm saying? So if you pay attention, like Donald Trump he's squeezing in cryptocurrency, like, here and there. He's dropping money on certain crypto coins, and he's doing a lot of investing in cryptocurrency. And he said that the United States is going to be the top cryptocurrency country. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's just everything is getting ready to shift to being digital. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, uh, the monetary reset is already here, and this is just the start of it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not invested in crypto, like I tell everybody, you better do it now while it's early.
And you know what? That's funny, because I'm surprised that we haven't shifted towards cryptocurrency as of today. Especially with AI blowing up. AI is going goddamn crazy to the point where you can't even tell the difference between reality and AI. And I know there's some videos out there that you can kind of tell, the background of the eye be glitching like this and stuff. But
better. They're getting better and better, man. It's like you gotta watch that shit like 2 or 3 times. Like, is this fake or is this real? And that's scary. That's scary.
No, real shit. Real shit. And what? It only took 2 years, because back in 2023, they were still trying to, kind of tweak it a little bit. But now in 2025, it's a damn near rendition, and you cannot specifically tell whether it's true or fake. You go on TikTok, and they have, I think TikTok now, you have to tell whatever video that you post, if you're using AI, you have to tell it at the bottom that this is AI generated. Because people sit up there and believe that, oh my God, a huge comet or a huge wave slammed into this city, and it'd be false because it's AI generated. So I'm surprised we haven't already transitioned into cryptocurrency, due to the fact that technology is advancing every single damn day. The dollar is dead. Whether people want to believe it or not, the dollar is dead.
The dollar been dead, and you saying you surprised that the world hasn't converted to that, but it's happening now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, people they don't read in between the lines and pay attention to the fine print. Everybody is just looking at the borderline and what they're hearing on the news and seeing on social media. They're taking that, and they're scared of that. You know what I'm saying? So they're taking that and running with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody is going eye for an eye with like all the fine print. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what people need to be doing. So me personally, in my own opinion, like, I know what's going on. I'm not panicking. I'm just, I can see right through it. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, and even speaking of AI, man, fucking AI has a crypto. Like, there's a
Okay, that's new.
yeah, there's a crypto company that's AI based. You know what I'm saying? So this is just the beginning. Like I said, this is just a monetary reset of the country.
Mhm.
And we're gonna see that 5 to 10 years, that's all it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like the United States dollar is not gonna be nothing but a piece of fucking paper. You could pull out $10,000 and they're gonna look at you like, no, we don't take that. You
And
know what I'm
see,
saying?
and this is where people are missing the boat. You know what I'm saying? People missing the boat, and you can't blame your circumstances on, oh well, because of the president or because of my environment. No, there's so much information out there, legit information. Let me make that clear. There's so much legit information that you can sit up there and teach yourself. But people put their interest in the wrong BS. You know what I'm saying? You want to sit up there and learn how to weave. Why? How is that going to benefit you? Are you getting monetized off that? No. All you doing is scrolling, looking. You feeding yourself a bunch of bull that doesn't necessarily help benefit you. You know what I'm saying? Again, you should be learning about cryptocurrency. You should be learning about assets, because the way the economy is right now, the economy is excuse my language, is shit.
Right.
It's shit.
Facts.
And people want to blame their circumstances on outside forces that don't got nothing to do with them, but you fail to realize that this is your fault. Every time you get up in the morning to brush your teeth, look in the mirror and ask yourself, why am I broke? And then once you spit out your toothpaste and look up in the mirror, there's the reason right there. You know what I'm saying? You fail to transition into cryptocurrency because we know the value of the dollar steady deteriorating. You fail to learn about assets, trying to get into real estate, buy yourself some property, buy yourself some land. You fail to do that. You fail to invest and learn about the stock market. You know what I'm saying? But you willing to go clock in your 9 to 5, and guess what? They say, hey, we got a, excuse me, Mr. Johnson, we got a new training program. We're going to need you to study for this week and, take the test. That way you can continue working. Oh, you going to do that?
Right.
You going to do that? You going to sit up there and get on your phone? I got to take this test and stuff, let me go to Google. Let me go to ask Chat GPT. How is it that you're trying to increase your knowledge in a 9 to 5 at a job that they don't give a fuck about you? They don't. They don't give a fuck.
You're going to become a millionaire. You're never going to be successful, and you're never going to become a millionaire working for somebody else.
It's not
possible. Employer a millionaire, but nobody that has ever had a 9 to 5 has become a millionaire. And guess what? Ain't nobody finna offer you a piece of the company or hand that company over to you because you've been a good worker for all this time. It's never going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
the dollar depreciation is upon us. And you have to pay attention to that. The dollar depreciation is here. It's happening now. It's happening in real time. You just got to read between the bullshit. Stop watching the fucking news. Stop feeding into everything you see on fucking social media, because it doesn't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, man, people are falling for the okie doke, but now is like you have, this is your opportunity. Why it's still early in the game. This is your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, not only is everything converting to digital currency, but since it's so early on, you have an opportunity to create generational wealth just by investing.
Exactly.
Educate yourself a little bit on what cryptocurrency is. Get all your fucking money out the banks before you never have access to it again.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in digital currency. Don't say I didn't tell you.
And see, I want to bring up something real quick, Kay. And it's funny because, like you said, this is another financial reset, right? I'm surprised, and I'm guilty of it. God knows I'm guilty of it. I'm surprised nobody didn't learn their lesson from the first financial reset. That was COVID. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I was working as an armed driver for money trucks, and just the banks alone, there was so much panic because there was no money in the banks. Everybody was just withdraw. So basically my work was short at the time during COVID because there was no money to deliver. You know, banks are panicking, banks are shutting down temporarily, but that should have told you something though. That should have told you, okay, if I got a couple hundred, you know, a couple hundred grand, maybe 20 grand, let me pull this out. What can I do? Oh, okay, well, you know, Bitcoin's popping, Ethereum's popping, all these different cryptocurrencies. Let's stay away from the meme coins. We're staying away from the meme coins. But crypto in itself is booming, and that's a way to secure your money. You know what I'm saying? Because once you put your money in the bank, you necessarily don't have money. Why? Because once you put $100 in there, they take your $100, they go invest it within their fund or within their share. You know what I'm saying? So when you want to withdraw, they're taking money from your neighbor and then giving it to you. That's how the banking system works. But nobody don't want to do the research, and that's what frustrates me.
Right. So, you know, when you go make your deposits at the bank, your money is available to them instantly. But when you want to take your shit out or you deposit some shit, you gotta wait 2 to 3 business days.
You see what I'm saying?
So, you know, but I do have to disagree with you on one thing you just said. Stay away from meme coins. Okay, so listen, you got Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the big dog, you know what I'm saying? And then you have altcoins. You feel me? So it's like whatever Bitcoin does, the altcoin follows. Whatever the altcoin does, the meme coin follows. You know what I'm saying? So Bitcoin, you know, is projected to get maybe to 150,000, maybe 200,000 within the next 5-10 years. So it's like, okay, altcoins and meme coins, they haven't really had no major bull runs yet, and it has to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I will have to disagree with that because even though like I'm heavily invested in Bitcoin, I'm heavily invested in altcoins, and I'm heavily invested in meme coins. And if you pick the right meme coins, if you do your education on meme coins will make you fucking rich.
True.
And so whoever watching, don't let that shit go over your head. You know what I'm saying? But you know, cryptocurrency, digital currency is definitely the way to go, and it is definitely the future. It is happening in real time. It's happening right now, and right now, it is still your opportunity to set yourself up for generational wealth, and that's just simple as it is. You know what I'm saying? Again, stop watching the fucking news. Stop paying attention to every fucking post you see on social media because it's just scare tactics.
Yeah.
All it is. It's just scare tactics. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that and you heard it here, man, from the mud.
You already know.